and welcome to part 5. 5? 4. Welcome to the next part of working with this RainbowCube that works with the RainbowDuino software. So here we have our RainbowDuino. Doesn't look like anything overly special. It's just got some surface mount chips on it and a bunch of little headers and buttons and various different things. But this is a pretty advanced piece of gear. Now, in order to get this working, we've got to hook it up to the main board here. But just to get us started, I'm going to, you won't be able, well, you can almost, yeah, I guess you'll be able to see it. I'm going to go ahead and plug this into my computer. Oops, that's not the right connector. I've got my laptop off screen here, which I can move a little bit closer. The actual working with the Arduino software stuff, that's probably an entire series of videos, so I won't go into too much detail of what I'm doing over here. But I've just plugged it into my computer here, and I'm going to upload a sketch or a program onto it, and you'll see those little LEDs flashing back and forth saying that it's received a program, so we're good to go there. And then the next thing we have to do is, where did those head? Okay. Being as we have to power the Arduino as well as the cube, the RainbowCube, we're going to steal power from the RainbowCube in order to power the RainbowDuino. So I've already made some little jumpers here. So we're going to plug this ground wire into the ground header there. Screw that on, and then the V in, we'll grab a red wire, screw that into there, and then let's see, make sure we've got the alignment of the Arduino correct, or the RainbowDuino, and then we gotta plug the VCC and ground into the brain here. We'll just quickly tighten that up, like so. Now that we've provided it with power from the cube, we'll just clip the RainbowDuino's brain right into these headers, which I somehow managed to end up soldering on at a slight angle, so it's just going to have a really super tight fit here. So we're just going to carefully apply pressure to get that seated down onto the pins there. Then we're going to reach over here and grab the 12-volt power supply that I prepared earlier, and the program I just uploaded to this is very, very simple. It's called Mood Lamp, and it's just going to sit there and change colors. Now I'm going to have a quick look at the screen here. Yeah, it's going to look flickery just because of the iPad, because of the adaptive density pulse width modulation. Good lord, that is a mouthful. The frame rate of the iPad and the frame rate, well, the refresh rate of the LEDs is going to cause some interference. So you're going to see some flickering. Trust me, for the human eye, the color changes are all very smooth. There's no flickering whatsoever on this. It's actually quite pretty. But that's just all of those LEDs gradually changing color. And while they are doing so in sync, which I wouldn't be able to manage with those self-color changing LEDs before, that's not overly complicated. So I'm just going to unplug that real quick, and we're going to plug this back into the computer. The instructions say I don't have to unplug the RainbowDuino every time I do this, so let's just plug that in like so. And we're going to upload a different program on... Oh! Well, that happened. Apparently it can power itself off of USB. Although, now I can see a little bit of flicker, so at 5 volts, it looks like they get a little shaky. So I'm going to do a different example here. I don't actually have anything that I have made, but this plasma cube sounds interesting. How about plasma matrix? Alright, we're going to upload a program called plasma matrix. So we'll just upload it. And it's going to compile here off screen, and then it'll glitch out for a second there while it's uploading the new program. And now you can see how each LED is actually being controlled individually through this adaptive density pulse width modulation, which is absolute magic. I have no concept of how this works. I doubt I ever will. But the libraries for the Arduino development environment, somebody's already gone through and written the information I need into the libraries. So all I need to do is learn the syntax for how to program each pixel of the cube, and then I can make it do anything. You can make it do letters and shapes and all sorts of things. A little bit limited on the 64 LED cube, but they sell larger versions of these, a 5x5 and a 6x6, which on the surface it doesn't sound like that's too special there. 5x5. Well, that goes from 64 to 100 LEDs. 5 times 5 is 25 times 5 is 125. So we go just by adding one LED in dimension to each side, we go from 64 LEDs to 125 LEDs. And then of course 6 LEDs to a side, we're going to be looking at 6 cubed is 216 LEDs. I'd love to see what you could do with a 216 LED 216 LED RainbowCube. I think that would be some pretty neat stuff there. But there you have it. That's the RainbowCube constructed. Brief little bit of program there. I might do some follow-up videos if I happen to come up with anything nifty on my own, but for the most part I'm probably just going to find other people's programs and play around with it while trying to learn how to do it myself. So thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions, just ask me in the comments below. I'm going to make a link to subscribe there and a video to something interesting over here-ish. And over here, check out Big Clive's channel. He's the guy that inspired me to join YouTube. I've gotten up to 100 subscribers now, which is a really neat milestone. So yeah, thank you everybody for coming and watching, and I'll see you in the next series. Bye-bye.